Okay, today our topic is the fourth factor of production, that is called enterprise or entrepreneur. We studied three main factors of production. One is land, which covers the natural resources and the area where economic activities will take place. And the second factor of production we studied, that is labor, the manpower, those who are willing and able to work and they have to participate in the economic activities. And the third one we covered, the capital, which is a man-made resource which is not demanded for its own sake, but it is demanded for the sake of further production. Entrepreneur or enterprise, this was previously considered as the same part of labor. But later on it was considered as their aims are different from labor. Labor is working for the sake of earning wages, they are producing output in order to earn the wages and salaries. But they are having no concern with the risk-taking ability of the organization, whether this firm will be able to earn profit or going to make a loss. Labor is not having this type of motivation at all. So who is going to combine the other factors of production to take the risk of profit? There should be a separate body. It cannot be said that this is a labor who is going to become the entrepreneur as well. In some cases we say when a person is doing a self-employed business, he is also working as a labor and he is also doing the entrepreneur activities as well. But it is not happening all the cases. Like the large scale enterprises, they are not having the same thing, like the owner is also, or entrepreneur is also doing the other tasks which the labor is performing. For example, a photocopier. Photocopier is using, I think, three of the resources. What is that? Land is using to produce the photocopying. Second one, the capital, the machinery by which he is going to photocopy the pages. And the third one is the labor. He is himself the labor and he is himself the entrepreneur as well. He is also taking the risk. So in that case, labor and entrepreneur, he is performing both the functions. Clear? So do you think it is also taking place in case of private limited companies or in case of public limited companies? This is not the case. That's why we take entrepreneur or enterprise as a separate factor of production. This is the fourth factor of production. It combines the other factors, land, labor, capital, to produce the goods and services in order to take the risk of profit. Profit is basically the risk. We can determine the wages, we can determine the rent, interest. Can we determine how much profit an organization will be able to earn at the end of the year? This cannot be predetermined with certainty. Okay, we can measure by certain ways. But the risk is that if we are estimating, are we able to achieve that target of profit? Sometimes we are able to achieve more than the target, sometimes we are able to achieve less than the target, sometimes there is no profit at all. So, profit is basically risk of any economic activity. By paying all other factors of production, whatever is left over, that is the profit of the entrepreneur or enterprise. Follow my point? So it is fourth factor of production. It combines other factor of production to take the risk of profit. To take the risk of profit. Basically, we are combining land, labor and capital to produce the goods and services. Something like we say, there are the inputs. What are the inputs? Raw material, labor, capital, they are combined with the help of a technology to produce output. So here the entrepreneur is bearing the cost. This is the cost of the business inputs, like wages are paid, interest is paid, landowner is paid, rent or electricity charges, transportation charges, telephonic charges, internet charges. There are so many things which are involved in the cost of production, but the revenue is coming by selling this output. Revenue means when firm is able its output, it will be able to collect money, that is called revenue. So when revenue is far greater than the cost of production, then enterprise or entrepreneur will be able to make a positive profit, or profit is there. So this is actually activity. If this revenue is greater than cost, then firm is able to make a profit. And if cost is higher than this revenue, what happens? In that case, the profit, which was also called a risk, now negative profit is called what? A loss. So do you think labor can take this risk? Not at all. Actually, this is the ability or skill of a person or entrepreneur which is going to take this risk. Everyone cannot do it. Clear or not? So we have entrepreneurs which combines other factors of production to take the risk of profit in the economic activities. Clear? So now what are the other functions of entrepreneur? This is not only the thing, it is only a risk-taking body. It performs many other functions in the economy. What are the other functions of or the role of entrepreneur? Functions of enterprise or entrepreneur. Basically, first thing, that is the management. How can we define management? Anyone can define management? No one? Management means to delegate right responsibilities to the right individuals at the right time, at the right place. For example, I am teaching you economics. If I am given accounting subject to teach, so this will be a mismanagement because I don't have any skill to teach accounting. An accounting teacher is given economics to teach. This is called mismanagement. So by mismanagement, cost of production will increase and it will be increasing the risk of loss rather than to have profit. So the management means to delegate right responsibilities to the right individuals at the right time at the right place. That is effective management. And why do we manage the things in the production units? Because it will reduce our cost of production, per unit cost of production will decrease and ultimately profit will increase. Keep it in mind, profit is implicit in this part. Actually, profit is the cost of business. Business owes this money to the owner. Clear? If other expenditures are decreasing, this part of it, profit will increase. So if you are buying raw material at very competitive prices, you are having the workers who are very much productive at lower wages and they are well trained, and you are having the piece of land, your business is located at the business hub in the area where other businesses are located, and you are very close to the market where your products can be easily sold in a specialist market. So what happens? Your per unit cost will decrease and the area profit will rise. And if other expenditures, like we are hiring the workers at higher and higher wages and their productivity is very, very low, and we are having more capital, but that is not too much productivity, it is obsoleted or outdated machinery which we are using, so which will have more maintenance cost. So if other expenditures are increasing, then profit will decrease. Clear? So profit is implicit in this area. How we are able to reduce the cost of production? By an effective management. So if management is effective one, that will reduce our per unit cost of production and profitability will increase. Clear? The second function of entrepreneur is what it is? Research and development. Research and R&D. इसको क्या कहते हैं? R&D. What is research and development? Now, entrepreneur is making research on different methods of production to reduce the per unit cost of production. Like the same thing we are producing, but with a new method by which per unit cost of production will decrease. So that is called process innovation. What it is? Process innovation means what? Innovation means to have new things. For example, you are producing gloves by a primitive or old-fashioned machinery. So that is increasing your per unit cost. Now, entrepreneur has adopted a new method of production by which the cost of production of gloves has decreased. The same product is produced with lower per unit cost of production. So we say it is process innovation. Or I am teaching right now in the class. If I have online teaching, we are using technology to teach many students in our country. तो वो क्या है? That is called process innovation. Clear? So why entrepreneur is doing research? Because they want to invent new method of production by which per unit cost of production will decrease and firm will be able or entrepreneur will be able to have more profit maximization. And what is the second type of research the entrepreneur is doing, R&D department is doing, that is product innovation. Product innovation. Now new products are innovated according to changes in consumer demands. Clear? So you might have seen Apple company is launching the new versions of their iPhone in every year or after a couple of years. Why? They research how the consumer wants are changing, so they produce the products according to those changes in consumer demands or wants. So when they are inventing new products ahead of their rivals, the rival firms, they haven't invented those products as other firm has invented them. So this firm will be able to capture more market share and more profit as well. Until unless the rivals are also producing the same type of product, then definitely due to more competition, market share will be decreasing. So if we are producing these goods ahead of rivals, that rivals haven't researched these things and we have done them, so in that case our profit will increase, our market share will also increase. So basically research is done in the market for products and in the laboratories with the technologies how to reduce the per unit cost of production, and both are aiming to increase the profit of the entrepreneur. Follow? So what else entrepreneur is going to do? It is going to research on the consumers and the rival firms. What are the rival activities? Rival, do you know what do you mean? Rival firms. How our competitors are doing. If competitors are doing better than us, definitely they will take over our market share. So if we are doing better than the rivals, then definitely our market share will increase and profit will increase. So to look at the rival firms' activities or competitor activities, we are designing our policies to increase our market share or profit. So this is what the function of the entrepreneur, to look at the activities of competitors or rival firms. Now it is also having an eye on the government policies. For example, now government has increased taxes on the import of raw material. The cost of production of the firms who are using the raw material, imported raw material, their cost of production will increase. They will look what are the import substitutions of raw material over here to reduce the cost of production. Or government has imposed different types of profit taxes. What is the role of that tax in the profit? That if profit is going to decrease, so firms will not be having future investment in that area because that is going to reduce their profit. And if the entrepreneur is multinational, it is further looking at the raw material supply, availability of labor and technologically trained workers. Okay, so in that case we see that entrepreneur is not only having to maximize profit by single way, but it is managing, it is researching, it is having an eye on the activities of rival firms, or it is also dealing with the trade union and government. Trade union is also done by the entrepreneur when workers are claiming for higher and higher wages. So who is going to deal with them? Entrepreneur. So it is also looking the large scale entrepreneurs, they are also looking their product demand more than the other countries, where they will be able to sell the products other than their own country. So that they will become multinational companies, that they have more production and sales operation in more than one country. So definitely when a firm will become multinational, so its profit will again be increasing. And it is also having a function how to raise finance for the business, like how much to borrow from the banks, how much shares it has to float in the market in order to have more and more capital. So entrepreneurship is actually brain of the business. Basically this is a brain. And what is the function of brain? To take the decisions which will ultimately increase the profit. Clear? So this is what the reward for entrepreneur is, a profit made. Do you think this entrepreneurship is having geographical and occupational mobility? This is having most of the time both geographical and occupational mobility, mobile factor production. Because if our school is operating over here, it can be operated in other cities. Geographically, we can move to other cities as well, even to other countries as well. Clear? Or we are doing schooling over here, but we have the enough capital to do another type of business in another market. We can diversify, we can change our occupation as well. So this factor of production is having the most mobile factor of production on the basis of geographically mobility and occupational mobility. So how this entrepreneur supply is coming to our country? How entrepreneur supply can be increased? Through education, through our educational institutions, our universities, they are producing self-employed people, they are having more skillful workers. So they can take the risk of new business ventures in their practical life. If doctors are produced, engineers are produced, they can have more entrepreneurship in the country. Our government is providing, if soft loans to the new businesses, then supply of entrepreneur or self-employment will increase, and we will have more culture of entrepreneurship. So if entrepreneurship is increasing, what is happening? More economic growth is there, more better living standard can be enjoyed by a country. When we have more and more entrepreneurship, more employment opportunities will be created. So government should, or we have an economy which is going to encourage the environment, conducive environment, a more friendly, investment friendly environment for the entrepreneurship or enterprises to grow. Clear? It should be facilitated when entrepreneurship is growing, so it is taking the whole economy with it, because economic growth will take place, and due to more economic growth, we will also have more economic development, or quality of life of that country will also be improving. Clear? So this is about how entrepreneur is playing its role in the economic growth and what functions are performed by the entrepreneur. I have briefly explained the functions. You can have more of them if you have studied in business studies subject or in other subjects in accounting wherever. So you can write them as well, that entrepreneurs is very important factor of production. So its culture of entrepreneurship will help country to have more economic growth. Clear? That's all about the topic about entrepreneur or enterprises.